I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. And this thing is amazing because I told myself since I was a young kid, from 7 years old on up, I wasn't gonna work a regular job. I wasn't gonna be a regular person. I was meant to do something extraordinary. And I always believed and I always carried that belief in me. And I always will that I'm gonna be one of them extraordinary people. Little did I know years later I would become that, just in not the typical way. I always knew I wasn't meant to work a regular job. I wasn't meant to do what average people do. And I ain't saying that like I'm better than nobody or anything like that, because I don't believe that. I just knew I was destined for something greater. I just didn't know how to find it. I tried several other career paths and several other things that wasn't really me. But then when I found spirituality, I found the thing that I was meant to do. And now everything that I said since I was a kid that people laughed at me for or thought I was weird for saying. Because I remember when I was in the 11th grade, I told people in my high school, we got Theo Ratliff jersey in our high school gym and in our middle school gym. And I said one day my name gonna be up on the wall somewhere. And when I said it, I was in like the 11th grade, and people looked at me like I was crazy or weird or something. And I was like, I knew it, I believed it, and they was like, yeah, whatever. But now I'm able to start proving it. I'm not that big yet, but I know one day I will be, and it will be sooner than later. I'm just happy I was able to show the world how I feel, show the world what I feel, and it connect and reach with so many people. And it's just living proof that God does listen to your prayers, and God will answer your prayers. All you have to do is pray and do the right thing. This is Him answering my prayers. This is Him putting me in the spot that I knew since I was a kid I was always meant to be in. It's just crazy to watch it happen just the way I said, just the way I always believed it would, just the way I put in the work for it to happen. I was just hard headed and made my path longer than it should have been. But other than that, this is everything I ever asked for. I couldn't be happier and I couldn't be in a greater place in my life. I couldn't be more focused and more grateful for the journey and more excited for the future of this journey than I ever have been. This is amazing. It's just that He kept track of everything I ever said and gave me it all just the way I wanted it, at the very age I wanted it to be at. So I'm living proof that God does hear your prayers. He does hear your desires. You just have to step out of your own way. And that was my biggest problem. I stepped in my own way by not letting myself accept it, by not letting myself believe it, by not letting myself be happy. And that's one thing we have to learn to stop doing. Stop stepping in your own way. Stop being your own worst enemy. Stop causing your own problems. Once I started stepping out my own way and letting God flow through and letting God work, do His job, everything tremendously took off for me. And you guys can do the same thing the same way. I promise you it will happen. But you have to stop stopping yourself. Go for what you want and live with no fear. And you can make anything happen. And I'm living proof of that, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion from my personal spiritual experience, though.